So, everybody, my name's Harry James. Welcome to this week's preview show. This week's preview, the Jayhawks of Kansas. A new coach, a new system, but they still have a 1,000-yard passer planning to be on campus. Tell you what I mean, all that and more as we preview the Kansas Jayhawks of Lawrence, Kansas. Next, Boomer Sooner 1982, don't go away! Welcome back to my version of the OU football preview shows, everybody. My name's Harry James. This version of the OU preview will be brought to you because of the Kansas Jayhawks of Lawrence, Kansas. 0-9, 0-8 in the Big 12. They finished in last place, 10th place in the league in Les Miles' final year. They did, however, give Texas Tech a run for their money in Lubbock, losing that one only by a field goal, 16-13 at Tech. The Jayhawks play their home games at David Booth Kansas Memorial Stadium with their first-year head coach, Lance Leipold. Now, this is not Leipold's first coaching stint. In fact, he's had plenty of coaching stints at the D3 and D1 levels. The D3 level was at Wisconsin Whitewater, where he coached the Warhawks, Division III Warhawks of Wisconsin Whitewater, from 2007 to 2014 for those 7 years. Then made the big move to big-time college football, D1 football, for 5 years, 2015 to 2020 at Buffalo with the Bulls, and is currently the head coach for the Kansas Jayhawks, 2021 to present. Well, if Coach Leipold is going to get this thing turned around, he's going to have to do it with the option attack, you would think. That's the way that they did it at Buffalo. But you're still going to need someone to get it down the field. They got someone to get it down the field. 1,000-yard passer, in fact. Transfer Jason Bean. Passed for 1,131 yards last year, 14 touchdowns, just 5 picks. His season long last year was a 75-yard pass. Did all that with our old buddy Seth Luttrell at North Texas in 2020. Helping Bean run the option is going to be a lot easier when you have 2 leading rushers. And those 2 leading rushers include number 0, Vinton Gardner, and 20, Rashawn Johnson. Vinton Gardner, 72 total rushes last year to go for 325 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. His longest run, 61 yards. Rashawn Johnson, 52 carries for 229 yards, 2 touchdowns. Season-long 47-yard run. Wide receivers. Now, this probably going to take a while because Bean and this guy haven't worked all that well together. But he does know Leipold's system coming from Buffalo. Does Trevor Wilson. Now, this is last year, so depending on how long he played, how substantial he played last year, but he does come in from Buffalo. But he's not the leading receiver coming back. That's Kwame Lassiter. 43 catches, 458 yards, 2 touchdowns. His single season long 48 yards from his wide receiver core for Lassiter. Now we talk about Trevor Wilson. NA on his number because they haven't chose him a number yet. But last year, sparingly though, however, with the pandemic, still caught 16 passes to go for 319 yards, 3 touchdowns. Season long is 78 yards on a reception. Did all that playing for Buffalo in 2020. So that's a little breakdown of offense. Let's break down Leipold's defense here for a second. That does include Kenny Logan Jr. and Kyron Johnson. KLJ, that's Kenny Logan Jr. He wears number 1 for the Jayhawks. He finished 58 total tackles last year, forced fumble, 0 fumbles recovered, 2 picks, all coming from his safety position for number 1, Kenny Logan Jr. Linebacker also led the team in tackles. He is number 15, Kyron Johnson. He led the team. He was second on the team with 52 total tackles last year, 1 forced fumble, 0 fumbles recovered, 0 picks as a linebacker. So we talked about the coach, we talked about the offense, talked about the defense. Now let's talk about some special teams. That's where you get Vernon Reyes. Reyes, 38 total punts last year to go with a 37.8% average, 1 touchback, 4 inside the 20-yard line, and a season long of 50 yards on a punt. Longest punt. Finally, you got some offense, defense, punting, now kicking. Kicking 6 for 9. That's a 66.7% winning percentage clip for Jacob Barcelia. Barcelia also has a one of those 6 converted field goals was a long field goal of 48 yards. All right, that will do it for the preview part of it. Now, we got a couple months till football season starts up, so let's just chill a minute. Calm down, breathe, embrace this softball national championship. If you don't want to do that and you're still excited about football, I got you. Go into your podcast page. Look for this. It's the Inside OU podcast. Keegan Renault and Brady Trantham do a great job here. On this one, the Inside OU, every Thursday, they come to you from the Vanessa House out in Oklahoma City, and they talk all Sooners all the time, Boomer Sooner, on Thursday nights. They try to get there about 5:30, between 5:30 and 6 to get things kicked off, and usually they're about an hour because that's when the karaoke starts at Vanessa House. They also do this one here. Let's see if I can pull it up also. Their Patreon page. Here it is. There's their Patreon page. It's Through the Keyhole. You'll know it. It's Bob Stoops' face when Jimmy Stevens squeaked in that field goal from Landry's senior year. Or junior year. In Tallahassee. Remember that one, don't you? The year that we played Iowa? Yeah, that one. So there's that going on. The one Through the Keyhole, the other one, they do a couple of podcasts a week. They do a fan interview to where Brady will interview a fan, a player, something of the sort. That's what Brady will do. Keegan will do one of his own. In fact, he just interviewed his high school coach on there also. They will also do a Monday morning Tuesday morning podcast with the Monday morning question, or Monday afternoon question. Now I should say. So be on the lookout for all that fun stuff. Now this one, Through the Keyhole with Bob Stoops and all that, that does cost. It is $4 for just the Patreon page. And by the way, with the Patreon page, you also get, when the regular season rolls around, they will still have a podcast on here. It will just be a post-game podcast to go with it instead of a mid-week podcast. Let's see. I think that's everything, guys. Thanks for watching. My name's Harry James. Enjoy the week. Next week, guys, we'll preview the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. They also have a new quarterback coming in. Quarterback from Oregon. He knows how to win. Maybe he can get Matt Wells to learn how to win. We'll preview that game next week, guys. Until then, my name's Harry James. You know the rest. You can find this in all my other videos on the YouTubes, Boomer Sooner 1982. Also on the Facebook page, Harry James Taylor. Or on the Twitter machine, at Hypeman Harry. Alright, guys. See y'all next week for the Texas Tech preview. Till then, Boomer Sooner, everybody. Peace. I'm out of here.